What's going on? Matt Savoca here from Awesemo.com, bringing you my top 3 plays for Thursday, March 17th, 2022 in the NBA. Just a one-game slate here because, I don't know, maybe there's some other sporting events starting, but we're talking about the NBA, and we are, of course, talking about PrizePicks because PrizePicks is offering daily prop-based contests, and you can use promo code Awesemo to get up to a $100 first match deposit bonus. There's no sharks, optimizers, or mass entries, and a 5-player lineup on PrizePicks can net you up to 10x your entry fee. Use your knowledge of multiple sports and make cross-sport entries, and a 3-player flex play. All you need is 2 out of 3 right. You get 1.25x your entry. If you get all 3 right, it's 2.25x your entry, and if you play all 3 in a power play, get all 3 right, you make 5x your entry fee. Easy as that. Download it in the App Store or Google Play or play over at prizepicks.com. And for a limited time, if you play over at PrizePicks and make a deposit, you can get 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. Once you sign up and make a deposit, you will receive an email with instructions on how to get that free month within 24 to 48 hours. Okay, guys, let's get into my top 3 plays for this Detroit-Orlando one-game slate. My number 3 play over on PrizePicks, Isaiah Stewart over 8.5 points. Obviously, with one game on the NBA docket, we can expect these lines in general to be pretty efficient, right? There is just less players to worry about here. We're still able to carve out some edges on Awesemo.com, of course, but it's important to scoop up that value when you see it, especially on a one-game slate like today. One of the biggest raw stat discrepancies between our projections and the prop line has to do with Stewart's scoring here. A big part of this, we think Stewart is going to play a ton. He's played more than 27 minutes in a game just once in his last 5 starts, but the Awesemo projections have him right at 28 minutes of playing time tonight, which would be a minute more than what he's averaged over the last 10 games for him. And though Stewart isn't necessarily known as a scorer and has just 2 points total over his last 2 games, he's actually hit the over on this 8.5 points line in 56% of his starts over the last month. Orlando has been slightly above average in defensive rating over the last 10 games of play, but they're still well below average in net rating. They shouldn't scare anyone as a matchup. We all know this has a chance to be an ugly, inefficient game, but nonetheless, the median projection for the Detroit big fella is sitting at over 10 points currently, and he gets to 9 or more points over this prop line in 60% of our latest simulations. My number 2 play over on PrizePicks, Cole Anthony under 5.5 assists. Anthony should play and play plenty for the Magic tonight. We've got a significantly lowered risk of Anthony resting in the second half of this due to being blown out as they were on Tuesday when Orlando was getting absolutely walloped by Kyrie Irving and the Nets. Anthony played just 25 minutes in that contest, but tonight against a much weaker Detroit opponent, we've got Anthony right around the playing time he's been at over the last month, roughly 31 minutes. And in that span, he's still averaging 4.8 assists per game. He's gone over this 5.5 prop line just 27% of the time, despite all that playing time. I get it. The Pistons are highly mediocre, 18th in defensive rating, 20th in net rating, but even with Orlando's typical pace of play, I'm not biting. The line's just too high here. Anthony falls short of 6 assists in 60% of our latest simulations. And my final play, my number 1 play on PrizePicks for this Thursday in the NBA, Saddiq Bey over 17.5 points. This line was at 15.5 when we woke up this morning. It's already moved a ton, and yet it is still my number 1 play today. Obviously, Bey plays a ton for the Pistons over his last 10 games. He's averaged a gargantuan 35.5 minutes of playing time for Detroit, and tonight, against a relatively weak Orlando squad, the Awesemo projections suggest he might play even more. We have him at well north of 36 minutes as a median projection, and don't think that is the ceiling for Bey, who's played in 37 or more minutes in 2 of his last 3 games. That should give him plenty of time to rack up 18 or more points, something he hasn't done in a couple of games here, actually since March 4th. It's been a cold stretch for Bey in the scoring category of late. No more than 13 points, actually, in his last 5 games, but in the 5 games prior to that, Bey averaged 18.5 points per game and hit this 17.5 point prop line in 2/3 of his starts. We've got three things working in his favor, right? A decent matchup, a ton of projected minutes, and a positive regression to the mean in terms of efficiency. If that holds, this is going to smash. In our latest simulations, Bey gets to 18 or more points in 61% of our latest simulations, making it the #1 play on PrizePicks for this Thursday. And that is going to do it for my top 3 plays for Thursday, March 17th. To recap, Isaiah Stewart over 18.5 points, Cole Anthony under 5.5 assists, and Saddiq Bey over 17.5 points. We will be back with all of the coverage you need for this one game slate, and of course going forward every day in the NBA. Make sure to check out prizepicks.com. Use promo code Awesemo to get that first match deposit bonus, and when you sign up and make a deposit, you can get a free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. No better time to play over on prizepicks.com. Until next time, I'm Matt Savoca. We'll see you later.